Hey everyone, welcome to our email capabilities webinar. Just for a quick start, if you would not mind putting something into the chat, just making sure that you can see and hear me okay before we get started. All right, thank you all very much. Feel free to continue to use the chat throughout the webinar as well. We will do our best to answer all questions either throughout the presentation or at the end of the presentation today as we go throughout the information for Nutshell's email capabilities. But welcome to our email capabilities webinar. I am Will Gordon, the Director of Marketing here at Nutshell, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, my second in command, Kevin Randolph, our Internet Marketing Analyst. And resident SME or subject matter expert when it comes to all things email going into Nutshell. So today we're going to cover all of Nutshell's email capabilities, which include our two-way email syncing, our personalized email sequences, and then Nutshell campaigns, which recently got rebranded. It used to be called Nutshell Marketing, just got rebranded a couple months ago into Nutshell Campaigns. So without further ado, I think we should get right into it. Like I said, feel free to use the chat. If you do have questions, we'll try to answer those questions throughout the webinar. If not, we'll try to save some time at the end for some questions. This whole entire webinar will be recorded. So if you have to go on, if you have to go do something else, you have another meeting and running up to it, if you go a little over, you will receive a email with a link to the recording of this webinar. So you will get that. We also have lots of links to some of our support articles, and we'll share any of the presentation materials that we have for today. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. Kevin, let's start with going over two-way email sync. What's included in that, and what are the benefits of getting that set up with Nutshell?
Cool. Thanks, Will. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. So two-way email sync is a feature that basically allows you to send, receive, and manage all of your emails right in Nutshell. So you can continue using whichever email client you prefer, whether that's Gmail, Outlook, or another provider, and all those messages will be automatically tracked right in Nutshell. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and we can kind of walk through how to sync your email with Nutshell. Sure I get the right screen here. There we go. Okay, cool. So from your dashboard in Nutshell, you'll just go to emails down here in the bottom left corner. And you're going to go to email settings in the top right here. And then you'll see a pop-up that says set up email with Nutshell. You just click that and then click start. We have a few options here: Google, Outlook, and use a different provider. If you have another provider who is not Google or Outlook, you can connect to that by adding your SMTP settings. It's a little bit more manual of a process, but we do have a support article for that, and our support team can help walk you through that. For now, we'll just go ahead and connect with Google. So that'll take you right to Google. You can just sign in there with your email and password, click allow, and that'll take you right back to Nutshell. You'll see a pop-up again, just hit yes, sync my email. You'll see a few preferences here that you can select. You're going to be able to choose which emails you want to sync, which emails you want your team to have access to. You can block certain emails from being imported into Nutshell. Let's see if I can just... So let's click through these preferences here. You can set that up however you like. And then just finish and start syncing, view your inbox, and then you'll be able to see your emails right in Nutshell.
Kevin, we got some feedback there as we share our next couple Tango walkthroughs, just to make that into a little bit of a larger window so people can enable them to see that. It was a little small and pixelated for that.
Okay. Yeah, for that one, it was a little smaller, but the next two are set up a little bit different with our demoing software, so that should hopefully look better for you guys.
Awesome. And Kevin, I know we'll be sharing some support articles later, but I guess what will people have to do if they use a different email client as opposed to Gmail or Outlook? There are additional options for those people.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more manual, but we still make it easy for you. You're just going to add in your SMTP settings, and we have a support article that we can send out after this. And if you did need some help with that, our support team can help walk you through how to do that. I believe through two-way sync, you can add one address, and then you can add up to 4 more through SMTP.
And if you're unfamiliar with SMTP, I would say even most marketers, that might be a foreign language to them. Whoever set up your email for your organization will probably be the person to ask for those settings there. Cool. We got some questions there in the chat that I think we answered all the way through. So without further ado, let's jump into our second of 3 topics today, our personal email sequences.
Pull that up here. Does that look a little better? Actually, let me switch
Yep,
that.
we're getting some good feedback. That's a little bit larger.
Okay. So we're here on our dashboard page in a nutshell, and I'll just kind of walk through personal email sequences, how to set that up, and how to use that. Essentially, personal email sequences are a series of templated messages that you can set up and then automatically send out on a schedule that you choose. They're great for outreach, following up with a prospect, or other like one-to-one kind of communication with that you might want to do. They're really designed to get a reply. So if you do get a reply from whoever you're corresponding with, Nutshell will stop sending that automated sequence and let you kind of take over and build that personal relationship with the prospect or whoever it is you're talking to. And this kind of saves you some time. You don't have to copy and paste templates into emails. You don't have to remember to manually follow up. And you can also share the templates with your team. So if you have, a template that works really well, everyone on your team can use it. So I'll hop in here and kind of just show you how it works. So from your dashboard here, you'll go back down to emails in the bottom left. Click on your templates under templates here. And up here in the top right corner, you'll see add new template. And we have some preset up here that you can choose from: event follow-up, proposal check-ins, and just some other templates there. Or you can just start from scratch in a blank email. For now, let's go ahead and use the proposal check-in template. So we have this text here pre-filled out for you, a subject line pre-filled out. You can, of course, edit this however you like, customize it. You can edit your subject line. And once you're happy with this first email here, you can add a follow-up email if you like. So this is the email that will send out after the first one if you don't get a response. So I'll just hit add follow-up here. You can add in your copy here, whatever you want that to be. If you'd like this to be a reply to the first email, just leave this checked here. If not, you can uncheck that and add a new subject line there. I'll leave that as a reply for now. And down here in the bottom, we have shared with everyone, and just check that if you want to share that with your team. Leave it unchecked if you want that just to be personal to you. And up here in between the two emails, you can adjust the delay between the two emails. So right now it's set to send 3 business days after the first one. If you want the second one to send a little later, you can adjust that to 4 business days or whatever you like. And then, so if we're happy with this sequence we put together, just go down here and click save. Give it a name. And then this will be available to you to use. So from here, you get a few metrics about your sequence. You can see the last time it's sent. You can see the percentage of replies that the sequence has got and the percentage of clicks that it's gotten. So I'll walk through now how to actually use these templates and send them. So I just clicked on our people tab right here. So here's our list of contacts. So say I want to send this to Abby Wells here. If I just click on her name, right on the top of her timeline, you'll see send an email. If you just click there, we can select our template that we just created. And it's going to be here, ready to go. You can customize it to Abby. So I saw in her profile, she is based in Florida. So you could add, how are things in sunny Florida? Whatever customization you want to put in there, you can customize the subject line, text, and then once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and hit send. And once you have sent that email, you'll be able to see that on her timeline as well as any follow-up emails that are scheduled to send to her. So aside from sending it from your people list, company list, leads list, you can also send these templates, or add these templates to pipelines. So if we go down here to settings and then pipelines, click into a pipeline, and then go to the stage that I want the sequence to start. Scroll down to automated email, and then just select the email that I want to send. You can set a delay. So in this case, this would send 30 minutes after the lead entered the stage of the pipeline. So I can just add that there. And so for pipelines, you can have your sales manager or someone create a template, and then all of your sales team will have access to that template. They can add it to pipelines and kind of customize it as they go. So real quick, I'll show you kind of your dashboard for your automated emails here. So if you go down to emails in the bottom left again, under automation, you're going to see a list of all the emails that are scheduled to send, ready to send, and if there are any that need attention. So if there is a custom field that needs added, or some personalization that needs added in, we will alert you here so you don't send an email that's not ready to go. So you can come here at any time and just review the emails that are ready to send, and all your templates will be available to you under templates here.
Awesome. We got a lot of good questions rolling through there. I wasn't able to move my fingers fast enough to answer all of them. Just picking out a couple here. Dan asked, how is this different than a drip sequence in audiences? And Dan's referring to our drip sequences and nutshell campaigns. There's a few differences that you'll run into. For instance, nutshell campaigns, we'll get into that a little bit deeper in step 3 of this webinar. Nutshell campaigns is available for all accounts. It is a paid add-on for anybody with a Nutshell CRM account. So that's one difference there. The drip sequences and Nutshell campaigns are also going to come along with a lot more design heavy, or maybe not design heavy, but a little bit more pizzazz to your emails that you can go in, where the emails Kevin was just walking through with the personalized email sequences are going to look like that personal touch email. And then a big difference between the drip sequences and the personalized email sequences is you are limited to the amount of emails you can send in a day through personalized email sequences. That is not a nutshell limit. That is based upon the email provider that you have. So Gmail or Outlook, for instance, will cap you in how many outbound emails or how many contacts you can email on a daily basis. So if you have 15,000 contacts in your nutshell and you try to send out a personalized email sequence to all 15,000, Outlook, I think, has a limit of 10,000. I could be incorrect on that. They might have updated that, but it would cap you at that 10,000 mark. And then you would not be able to send any more emails from your account that day, not just from Nutshell, but also straight from your Outlook account as well. Just scrolling through to see a few more questions, just to make sure we can try to get to everyone here. Caitlin asks, can you send these templated emails to a group of contacts based on filters or just one person at a time? Yes, you can do both. You can choose, you can go into your leads list, your contacts list, and select a whole bunch of people individually based upon a tag that you have people previously tagged about, or if you just want to send it to one recipient, you have that flexibility with that as well. Scrolling through, there's some more questions that came in here. How do you choose multiple people to send personal email campaign without having to scroll through and click each person? If I try, it removes the people I've already clicked on. Julie, for that one, if you have tags associated with people, you can just search and filter down through that, just that tag, and then you can select all of those people in there. Is there a way to duplicate an email sequence? Adrian, if I'm understanding that question correctly, if you had an email sequence and wanted to duplicate it and maybe edit it ever so slightly, you could just go in and copy and paste, create a new personalized email sequence, and that could be your duplication right there. Attachments. That's Emily, that's currently not on our roadmap at this point in time, but I can check with our product team just to see if that's ever going to make it to a roadmap, and if so, when. Okay, great. For the sake of time, we're going to jump into Nutshell campaigns. We will try to follow up with all the unanswered questions as well. There's just a lot rolling in here as Kevin and I are going through. Just a quick one before we do jump into Nutshell campaigns. Just a quick overview again of personal email sequences here, just for some high-level overview questions. So it's a series of templated emails that automatically send on the schedule that you choose. And the goal of those email sequence is to get that reply from your lead, from your contact. Once you do get that reply, that's when you have the manual action of following up and emailing them. Great for following up with prospects en masse, and then adding that human touch. So if you attended a trade show, for instance, got a whole bunch of new contacts, you could email them all automatically together based upon a tag of, hey, trade show July 2023, and then the ones that do reply, you can reach out to individually and manually. Saves time by creating those templates and then sharing them with your team. Again, then once the template's created and shared, your team members or your other sales staff can create their own versions of the templates, enabling to add their own signatures or changing their tone if they speak a little bit differently than you. They can be added to a sales pipeline for automated email sends as a lead moves through your pipeline. And then email sent will also show up on your contacts timeline. So you can see all of the communication that you have with your contacts as you're moving through. And then, like I mentioned before, you are limited by your email provider to the number of emails you can send per day with the personal email sequences. So that, again, that's not a nutshell limitation, but if you use Gmail or Outlook or another provider, it's based upon their send limits per day. So whatever provider you use, I would suggest just Googling Gmail send limits, and that's going to give you the amount of emails that you can send in one day. Okay, cool. Kevin, let's jump into Nutshell campaigns. And like we kind of answered before, Nutshell campaigns is a paid add-on. You do get, any Nutshell customer gets up to 150 Nutshell campaigns emails for free per month. So if you want to go in, create an email, send a few out just to kind of get the feel of it and test it, every single Nutshell customer has access to do that. If you wanted to add it to your plan to be able to email all of your contacts, plans start as little as $5 a month for 100 contacts. And then the sending limits, which we'll get to in a little bit later, but it's just 8 times as many sends that you have contacts. So if you have 10,000 contacts in your Nutshell account, your send limits are going to be 80,000 for that month. So Kevin, I'll toss it back over to you, and then we can get into Nutshell campaigns. Kevin, it looks like you're muted.
Sorry about that. How's that?
Now you're
Awesome.
back on.
Cool. So yeah, as Will said, Nutshell Campaigns is great for reaching out to a larger list of contacts. You can easily add your CRM contacts to an audience and send out marketing emails to them with campaigns. You can design emails right in there, create audiences, and send them. So I'll kind of walk you through campaigns so you can get a feel for it and see how it works. So from the Nutshell dashboard, you're going to just click on marketing right here, and that'll take you right to the summary page for campaigns. So here you will see all your recently created and sent emails. And up here in the top, we have the 3 types of emails that you can send with campaigns. Broadcasts are kind of one-off announcements. Newsletters are going to be a series of emails that you might send monthly, weekly, whatever it is. And drip sequences are a series of emails that is going to be automatically triggered by an event that you set. So that could be adding a tag to a user, that could be a user entering a pipeline stage, entering an audience. For now, we'll go ahead and create a broadcast just so you can see what email looks like here. So you have create new broadcast up here in the top right of the screen. So if you go ahead and click that, you'll see your most recent emails here. You can use that as kind of a starting point for your email. You can start from scratch if you like, create a blank broadcast. We also have some built-in templates for you here. You can go ahead and use as a starting point. So for now, we'll use our most recent draft email as our starting point. So I'll click that, click start from March coupons here, the name of our email. We can give our new email a name. Click create. And you see we've got this email here already set up with a logo, image, text. You can go ahead, hop in and edit this text however you like, change the images. If you'd like to add any content, here in the sidebar on the right, we have our content tab. We have a few options here: image, buttons, text, video, and it's just a drag and drop interface. So super easy to use. You don't need to know any coding or anything like that. If you want to add an image, you just simply grab this image block, drag it over to your email, and then you can drag and drop an image from your computer right onto this block, or you can hit browse and select from images you've already uploaded. So I'll just pick one here. Once you uploaded the image, you can kind of edit it here. You can add the padding around it, the size of the image. And then here on the sidebar as well, we have rows, which kind of lets you adjust the layout of the email. So if I wanted kind of this layout with a smaller block here and then a slightly larger block to the right, you just drag that over. And then you can select any content blocks that we want here. So maybe I want this to be text. You can edit that. If we want the other block to be a button, just grab that, drag it over, edit that, put the URL in right here for the button. And then we're good to go there. So if we're happy with the way this email looks, we can just go up to details here. The details tab, you can edit the from address, so your recipients will see this email address in their inbox. You can choose the audience you want to send the email to. I'll just go ahead and pick one of our audiences here. We'll go through that in more detail in a minute. You can edit your subject line, preview text here, and from the screen, you can also preview how the email will look on desktop and on mobile. So if we're ready to send, we can just hit prepare to send. We'll get a checklist, make sure we have all the required information. You can double check your subject line, audience, and then go ahead and send your email. So for audiences then, we have audiences here under marketing as well. If you click audiences, you'll see here the list of all the audiences that you've created. You can also create a new audience up here in the top right. So for now, we'll just go into our current customers audience that we have created already here. Here's the dashboard for the audience. You'll see how many subscribers you have, subscribers over time here. You see how many messages you've sent to this audience, percentage of messages this audience has opened and clicked, and the recent outreach that you've sent to this audience. You've also got a list of all the members of the audience here and a list of all the most recent emails that you've sent to this audience under outreach up here. So say we get some new customers, we want to add them to our audience. Simply just go up to add audience in the top right here. And you can choose to add people right from your people list, your leads list, or your companies list, or you can import a CSV with email addresses. Let's go to our people list here. You simply select people. You can search, filter here, select the people you want to add. Go ahead down to add to audience in the bottom right. Select your audience and hit add. And then those people will be imported into your audience. Next time you reach out to that group, then they'll receive your email. And just real quick, just to show you the metrics that you have once you send an email, if you hop into summary here under marketing and then click on an email that you've sent, you'll see here the number of people it was delivered to, the number of people or the percentage of people that opened it, percentage of click rate. You can see all that over time here, and you can even see the specific links in the email and how many people clicked each link. So that is pretty much an overview of Nutshell campaigns.
Cool. Thank you so much, Kevin. We got some questions on pricing for Nutshell as well. So I just want to refer Nutshell campaigns, apologies. So I'll just share our pricing page where you can go here. If you are curious, you can go to nutshell.com/pricing or go into our mega nav menu and just click on the top price. It'll take you there. For Nutshell campaigns, you can go for as little as 100 contacts in your Nutshell account for $5 a month. If you have more than 60,000 contacts, reach out to our sales team or our support team, and we can get some pricing in there for you. But it's basically based upon the number of contacts that you do have in your Nutshell account. So if you wanted to look like what that would look like to your monthly invoice with Nutshell, you can just come to this user calculator, hit the add button, and then put in the number of seats and the Nutshell plan that you have in here, and you can get your total Nutshell price or Nutshell invoice numbers over there on the right. And then let's jump into, I have a little recap to share on the information that Kevin just had on Nutshell campaigns. I know we're coming up on the 2:30 Eastern mid-hour, so if you do have to run, we won't take any offense. We will make sure you get this recording afterwards. So let me just share our recap of Nutshell campaigns there again. So it's email marketing within Nutshell. So if you're currently using another email marketing software such as Constant Contact or MailChimp, very similar features for that. Some benefits are one less login to have in your key of passwords. So you can log in to your CRM and your email marketing platform with just one password and send from the same. All customers can send up to 150 free campaign emails per month. So even if you don't have that paid campaigns plan, you can still jump in there, build yourself a template, or use one of the templates provided. You saw how easily Kevin put that together. Neither Kevin or I have a heavy coding background, so being able to just kind of plug and play and drag and drop is really important for us to move quickly. You must have access to the marketing section of your Nutshell to access Nutshell campaigns. If you don't, just ask your admin. The admin of your account can grant you access. I would suggest having a discussion with them to make sure they want you to have access first, but you'll need that admin access to be able to see the marketing level of the Nutshell account. Again, pay plans are based upon the number of contacts in your Nutshell account, and they can start as little as $5 per month. There are email templates provided. No coding required to edit or build your own designs. I did mention there are sending limits, so you can send up to 8 times the number of contacts that you have in your Nutshell account. So if you have 10,000, you can send up to 80,000 Nutshell campaign emails per month. And then again, yeah, that was the last one there. So sales and marketing working together for some business growth there. We also included some helpful links. These are links out to some of our support articles. So if we were not able to answer some questions directly today, feel free to reach out to us at growth@nutshell.com, and Kevin and I can answer some of these questions after the webinar as well. But here's some helpful links. We will make sure to send out this presentation as a PDF, so you'll have access to all the information we shared today, all the links. You'll have that sent directly to your inbox. We'll actually use a Nutshell Campaigns email to send that information out, so you can see kind of behind the scenes that Nutshell Campaigns in use. Let's see if there's some additional questions here just before we wrap up. Rick asks, do you have any email content suggestions to improve open rates and replies? We do not personally, Rick. What I would say is we do partner with a digital marketing agency, WebFX. They do offer email marketing services. So these would be more on the strategy side of things as far as what types of emails to send, what type of copy to use. If you are interested in talking to them about email marketing services or other digital marketing services, you can go to webfx.com and get a free proposal, or just talk to a sales team member there to start that conversation. Are there plans for more comprehensive reporting dashboard? For example, the ability to search email analytics for a set time period. Second, can you build dynamic audience, for example, a prospect audience, where if a list built off a company type, contacts are added or removed if the company type changes from prospect to customer? Not at this point in time, Kevin, but we are working on what a roadmap looks like for the rest of the year for 2023 and into 2024. And Nutshell Campaigns is a part of Nutshell that we are trying to add more features to make it more useful for our customers. So these are items that could potentially make it to our roadmap in the future there to make Nutshell Campaigns a little bit more comprehensive. All right, well, we'll wrap it up there. We won't take any more of your time today. Like I said, you will receive an automated email from Demio, our webinar platform, with a recording of this email. And then Kevin and I will follow up with all of the support articles and support links that we have here in the presentation, as well as the presentation itself. We'll also try to answer any other questions or repeat some of the answers that we had today to give you that. And if you have any other feedback on the webinar today, feel free to reach out at growth@nutshell.com. We're very happy to receive that. Thank you for joining us. Happy National Email Week, going back to 1965 when MIT created the first email, or what was to become email. But until then, happy nutshelling, everybody.